So James is having this bread with the Thai pineapple curry in it, which is delicious. I tried some of it. And it actually doesn't look that bad cooked with black beans instead of the orange split lentils. His glass doesn't look that appetizing. It's just water, but it's in his, he'd had some pineapple juice. So anyway, and that's my dinner. It's 2 containers of that stuff, juiced. And I will be having soup in a bread bowl when my soup is ready. Mine's a pea soup. This one has the coconut milk in it, so it has the saturated fat, and I would rather avoid that. Otherwise, it's a wonderful soup. It's very healthy. This is a good cancer fighting soup, but probably not the best thing for me. So this is what I'm having to tide me over until my soup is ready. And James should be out shortly. So, let's see if we can get that set up. I think that's about right. I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'll guzzle this back. So bad. Wow. You can really taste the spinach there. That's pretty strong. That's the dominant flavor, I'd say, in this juice is the spinach.
So is this juice?
No, it's just water from your in your pineapple glass.
I guess I put it in there. Oh, you didn't.
It had been pineapple juice in that glass. That's why the water is yellow. It's just
good,
pineapple.
Good. That would be great.
Well, no, but it'll be fine. So, we didn't buy these packages of. We had them given to us, and I'm very thankful for them. So, garden fresh flavor. Yep.
Organic.
Yeah. And so anyway, I'm juicing loads of these things. I've already eaten 1 package of this as a salad for lunch, and I juiced 1 package for second breakfast, which you also had. And now I just had 2 packages juiced for supper. But I will be having soup later on, because I'm probably not taking in very much protein today. I wouldn't know. I don't think there's any indication of. I don't really care. So, if it's one day, it's not a big deal. So anyway, to go through these. Place Called Home season 5. This was all I had to watch. It was either this or westerns that are really bad, that we've had around the house for a long time.
So what are you going to say? Give me the westerns next time?
God,
this was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know how I made it past through this. It's this was not good. I can't believe season 5. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're going to tell Australians to stop making TV?
I don't know. It says a cross between Dynasty, Downtown Abbey, and a twist of Mad Men. Which, you know what, I should have been warned by that to not watch it, because
I don't know those last 2 things, but Dynasty was awful.
It was awful.
This was giving it competition.
And, yeah. So anyway, so
Dynasty
I wouldn't watch any of those
Australian
things.
accents. It was
so bad. How do people watch that? Anyway, this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, it's just a crappy kind of horror for teenagers to watch. It's set with college students, right? But it's really not for college students to watch. It's more teenagers who want to pretend they're grown up, right? So anyway, There's a whole lot of texting and stuff like that in there to make you teenagers
Feel at
relate.
home.
Yeah. And it's about being careful who you friend, because it could be a dead girl
Oh,
who's like gonna put a curse on you
that
and
sounds
kill
like
all
a
your
fake
real
worse than
friends.
death. Yeah, that's wow.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, pretty realistic. I gotta say.
So I actually didn't mind it. I'm gonna say, for the genre,
Yeah.
you know, it was fine. I
Wow,
expected
that's
it to be really, really bad,
Mm.
and it was only bad, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
Good for sleeping too.
cheap horror movie. What do you want, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
This one, Before I Fall, for maybe 13-year-olds.
That's the one the
And
dogs
this
are
is-
watching right now.
That's the one the dogs are watching.
Well, it's not quite grown up for them, I'd say.
No.
Dogs are sharper than a 13-year-old.
Yeah. So this is there's the whole teen party, and girl might be losing her virginity, and it's all. Anyway, it's very much set in high school, but it's, you know how it is. When you're 13, you're watching movies
Are
set in
those
high
supposed
school.
to be 13-year-olds?
No, it's set in high school.
Oh, high
I'm
school,
saying it's
okay.
for 13-year-olds.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's
That's
right.
who it's
So,
for.
sorry.
That's who's watching it.
Yeah.
There's no teenagers that are like this. Is, I don't know. What are they supposed to be? Maybe 15, 16?
Well, maybe they looked
I
about
don't know what they're supposed to be.
23 to me, but...
But they're not watching this. No,
but
they're
what would they be
watching
the
this.
horror stuff. There we go. And that Dynasty.
Nobody's.
Who-
I don't know who
who's
watches
watching that?
Somebody's
You know,
watching it because
I
they
think-
made 5 seasons.
I don't think they even watched the, like, what do they call the rushes? Like after they filmed it. Just get it out
Just
there.
get
Like,
it out.
I don't want to see that ever again.
I don't know. Anyway, this one it's basically like a Groundhog Day for this girl. She keeps waking up, it's the same day. And so you get to basically watch the same crappy teen movie over and over and over.
And there's no Bill Murray
So
acting in it,
fun.
so,
Yeah.
so... wow.
Nobody wants to watch this.
That's awful.
And you know
'Cause I
what?
saw the level
think
of
that-
acting in
I
it.
think I've borrowed it before, because I'm having, like, I watched this thing, she's having a deja vu, I'm having a deja vu,
Well,
but
it's
I don't
just
think
a-
I
see, the
actually
movie's
watched
having-
it then either. I
yeah.
think I was cooking.
It's just having a subtle effect.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it's better than what you're giving it credit for, right?
So what do you think about the soup?
Well, it looks good, but it's steaming hot.
Oh, it's
right
too
now.
hot for you to
Well,
touch. You want me to get you some more water?
Don't worry about that.
can bring
I
out
don't
some
need
more.
any more.
It's very
I
easy
already
for
had
me.
a drink when I got back.
Okay,
That guy was piping hot, the bagpipe players.
good. James watched Bagpipers.
Just
Piping.
one guy.
Oh,
He was leading the whole. Well, they divide the graduating group into 4 different groups, and they spread it over 2 days, right?
he meant to watch a talk on hydroponic
Yeah.
business operation. It's very smart, you know.
When was that council thing? This Monday, right?
Yeah.
So he actually scooped the council guys
Did.
by a weekend.
Well, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So Danny Leroy was one of my instructors, and I really liked him as an instructor. I thought he did a great job. And, we are probably not very similar people, but as an instructor, I really respect him. And he put on this talk about hydroponic business, and James was telling me about it, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's because he has some sense about him, and he knows that's what's going to pull people to watch his lecture, because they're going to be legalizing marijuana growing, so you can grow 4 plants in your home if you're a homeowner. If you're not a homeowner, you're kind of hooped. So anyway, so he was thinking, yeah, this is going to pull him in, and it
might
probably
well.
did.
Oh, I'm sure.
But James missed it by a week. He saw it was the posters Friday, and it was last Friday.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm so innocent. I didn't even know it was for a grow operation.
No,
Remember?
he didn't.
Like you figured it out right away.
Yeah, right away.
I'm going.
It was very obvious to me that's.
I thought it was for greenhouses.
I thought it was so
or something
smart
like
that he was trying to get people into.
I know.
Because how many people would come in for a lecture on whatever business management or something? Nobody, right?
Well, I'd
Especially-
go in to laugh at it, you know.
Would you?
of
So
course.
May 25th, and you know, pretty much the students are gone, right? And who do you bring in? How do you bring them in?
That's how you bring
I
them
bet
in.
he brought them in.
I bet you they were, you know, like
Very
lined
smart.
up out in the hallway there in University Hall.
I didn't know anything about it, or I would have went to watch you.
Mhm.
But, anyway.
I hope he didn't have any prior experience of
Hmm?
a grow operation.
No, he wouldn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe he. I can't really remember. He'd mentioned some stuff that he did. He'd did some maple syrup production.
Oh, there we go. I thought you were going to talk about, you know, stuff that's
He
barely
would never
legal.
do that. He would never do that.
It doesn't look good.
No.
I love his hairstyle. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yep, he keeps the 50s alive.
And kicking.
Yeah. It's
But
great.
so you'd call him Canny Danny? That'd be a good nickname.
No, you know, I really don't think that you should associate with him because you were a bit of a teaser. And I don't think he would understand that. I think
I don't know.
he'd think you're mean or something. He wouldn't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, he's kind of got a mean philosophy of life. So he thinks the natives deserve to lose their land. So, but they just weren't using it up to its full potential. That's not very nice.
Well, you know, thinking that anybody has land is really quite funny.
Well, the natives didn't have that idea.
Because, I mean, really, somebody could kick me out of my house tomorrow. The whole political situation or something could change, and I mean, it's happened before for many people all through history around the world.
Well, one thing that could easily happen is the economy could go kaput with Donald Trump in power. The whole world economy. So if it were bad enough, I could lose my pension. Then what happens? Well, we both own our houses, but you see, like,
Oh, you'd definitely lose your pension before management people would or something like that.
well, it tends to be that way. They have
For
ways
sure.
of protecting richer people,
Yeah.
but even management people aren't rich enough really to survive and stuff like that. So what happens is people lose their houses. How? Even if they own them, they can't pay taxes, right? So their houses just get taken over. Isn't that incredible?
This morning, did you think it was possible you were going to get a deck dinner?
Well, I was hearing what Ron was saying, but I wasn't thinking deck dinner, that's for sure. I was thinking
It
maybe
was
we
raining
get a
buckets.
It was.
Buckets this morning. Sheets of rain. But now you wouldn't know it. The roads have dried up pretty much entirely.
I saved a few earthworms on the way to and from.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Well, to school.
You know, I kept meaning to save earthworms, and then I was like, I don't have an umbrella with me, and I don't want to get soaked. And that was mean of me, I guess. I should have just got a little bit soaked and changed my clothes when I got home. I should have taken an umbrella. Anyway.
Amazing thing about earthworms is they always seem to be heading in the wrong direction. They're like gophers.
Yeah.
Once they get in a road. Birds, you rarely see them get in trouble on the road.
Anyway. So I'm about to start canning some soup. That'll be fun. And then after this batch of soup is canned, I'll probably be able to eat mine, which will be yummy. In the meantime, I'm going to start, while the stuff is in the canner pot, I'm going to start another couple batches of soup. So I can get as much canned as possible while the weather is cool. So what is the verdict on the soup?
Well, it's hot.
Hot spicy or hot?
Hot spicy.
You'd like some water then?
I'm going to have to get some water
More
and
bread?
a knife too to cut this to eat the bread.
Okay.
Or were you going to save this for the doggies?
No, I don't. No, you're going to eat it.
Yeah.
To start my dandelion experiment all over again. Let it get soaked with water. There you go. I'll fill up mine just in case you need a second one.
I'll need a second one. Hey, this is very hot. Oh, it's got the jalapenos in it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, so I brought you this cheese Danish that we were given. I toasted it.
So that could go with this, right? Is that what you're
Yeah,
figuring?
well,
So
I don't
this
see
or-
why not. So how's that?
It's pretty good, actually.
Good. There's another one.
These?
Yep.
Well, did you have one, or?
Well, I'm not gonna.
Oh, because of the cheese?
Yeah.
There's a fair amount of it on there.
Well, in the pastry. It looks
True.
delicious. It looks like
That's pretty
phyllo
good.
pastry.
I think that's basically what it is.
Yeah. But would you say you like the taste of the soup?
Yeah, well, it's like chili, really. It's great, except for the heat.
There's quite a lot of pineapple in there.
Lucky there it is.
Yeah. So you'd say more pineapple.
Well, and a whole lot less jalapeno. Fact is, I think you'd leave the jalapeno out and be great.
Okay, so James' version, make it with bell peppers.
Maybe. I don't think you need any peppers. Isn't it basically like chili?
Yeah, it's sure. It's completely different.
Did you make the recipe
Spices.
up? Or?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, why not mess around with spices? Eh? Like, chili doesn't have to be the same thing all the time, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it has no chili in it though.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's the dominant spice in there is basil.
Wow, I like basil.
Yeah.
I think my mom used to make it with cloves a little bit, chili, right?
Oh. So
I didn't like it that much. You know how I don't like cloves that much.
Yeah.
I should say, I didn't like it as much as the usual chili, but it's hard to lose with chili, as far as I'm concerned. Whoever invented that's a hero of cooking, just like whoever invented pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
Greek salad.
Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite kinds of soup. Is
This one.
yeah. There was another Thai kind of pineapple dish that I used to make. I don't know where I got the recipe from, but that one I got from somewhere. And so, anyway, it was a sort of rice dish with currants in it, and you made it in half of a pineapple, and you took the pineapple. It was very good. So similar sort of flavors. Very beautiful kind of serving. But I could do a similar sort of serving of this in a half a pineapple rather than in a bread bowl. And maybe for James next time I'll put a layer of couscous on the bottom or something. Maybe you prefer that.
Yeah, maybe. That fly is out after the rain pretty early. Don't they take cover?
Yeah, well, it's not raining. It hasn't rained in a long time.
I don't see a lot of flies out there.
They just don't want their wings wet.
I know. Pretty bad.
Pretty defenseless.
I know.
Yeah, I think I only had maybe a couple of the golden berries die.
This one's still going. I thought it was.
Might do okay yet. You want me to toast you the other cheese Danish?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Well, that's our deck dinner for June the 1st.
June the 1st.